What's up, Virgo friends? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. My name's Annie. Happy to have the Virgo squad out there with me. I hope this video finds you guys well. We're going to do another, what I'm calling little temperature checks, little sips, testing the tea, testing the waters, seeing where energies are at with that person you're thinking of in a more romantic way, right? So as always, guys, you have free will. You will always be in the driver's seat of your life. Welcome you to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind, knowing in advance not everything I say will be your message. You need to work at this as well as me, right? You know your life the best, so use your own discernment, your discretion on what messages you choose to take away. Anything that feels strange or foreign, release it, but feel free to also shelve these messages because something might resonate for you at a later date. Okay, enough with the rules. Those are the rules. Done. Everything else about this video will be down in the box below. Please do like, share, subscribe wherever you can, and we are going to hop in momentarily. Ooh, my Virgos are struggling out there. I can already tell in advance, guys, this is not like a happy, joy reading. At least your first cards out are struggle and a little bit of sadness. So if that's your story, if you need some help with that, welcome. Let's do this. Let's see what messages we can get to help you out of this, what appears to be a tricky situation. So energies sometimes go vice versa too. So if you're cross-watching, this could be your story as well. Three more cards for my Virgos. What do they need to know about whoever they're thinking about? Okay, you got a player coming up. That's what's going on. There's someone who's not really committed. They have wandering eyes. Yeah. Ooh, Virgos. In advance, I'm sending you a giant hug because this is a rough one. Okay. So let's go through it. This is potentially coming up in your spread, but again, the energies can go vice versa. This is a tug at war with justifying their actions in your heart because you love them, but recognizing the realization of the situation is that they do have wandering eyes. There's competition for their attention because they have other candidates. And this is you, Virgo. I'm sorry, you're sad, you're heartbroken because this person means a lot to you. You like cuddling up against them. You thought they were your person, and nothing is finite, right? Everybody has free will. Energy can change on a dime. That's sometimes how it happens. But yeah, currently if you're going through it, if you're sad and you're lackluster and you're feeling like no one else measures up to this one I've put on a pedestal, the one in my head, that's partly why you've put them up on a pedestal. So I gotta tell you, whether this is the person you're gonna marry or the person that you've already divorced from, they're just a person, Virgo, like you, like me. They are like anybody else, and I understand these are tough love messages, right? I come at this with love and positivity. So again, use discretion if it's not your message, guys. But you're putting them up on a pedestal, but you're putting someone up on a pedestal who doesn't respect you. They're keeping you on, they're keeping you hanging there, right? There's a lot of pause, there's a lot of delay. But what you're not recognizing is while you're there waiting, right? If they're making false or empty promises to you, or they just simply haven't called, universe is saying one of two things. It's time for you to move on with some very difficult but valuable lessons that no one is worth putting your own spiritual development on pause for. It doesn't mean you can't hold space for them in your heart, but this is indicating you can't just be waiting there in limbo, right? There needs to be forward progression on your own spiritual path, on your own journey, because yeah, this person, especially if you're dealing with a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, I'm getting flat out, not only are they married, they have children. Like, this is very complicated. And again, it's not to say that maybe they're going through a divorce. Maybe the situation is complicated. Again, I don't know everything, but the messages I'm getting, you have player energy. You're vying for their attention. There's competition for you to be like, hey, me over here, remember you're Virgo? But who this person is facing is their match, their elemental match, and you are not a fire sign, Virgo. So this is saying to me, if this represents you, male or female, you're the temptress in the situation, but you're not necessarily the partner. And again, this is such a harsh message, guys. I don't mean for it to be, but there are so many red flags in this reading. I am trying to help spare you even more pain, and that right now, right? And these are almost weekly, possibly daily check-ins. Where the energies are at today, they're not looking good. So if you're hoping to get a text from your sweetheart tonight, they're stone cold. They're not moving an inch. They're holding back, and yeah, God, it just get kind of worse, guys. Yeah, your emperor is not communicating. They may have cut you off entirely. They're holding back, and you're left holding the pieces together. It's like you're doing all the work. You're doing all the heavy lifting, trying to get this relationship to work, but You have many cards indicating that spiritually you've hit a plateau. There's no growth or progress in either of these cards. Where you once found emotion and love, it's saying it's a tapped resource. You need to be focusing on the new. And same with this, especially if this has to do with like your money situation. It's okay. It's not bad, again, but you've plateaued. In any four in tarot represents a lack of growth spiritually. It does represent a comfort zone. Sometimes it's a higher vibration. Four of Wands, it's a milestone. We've reached that place where now we can rest and celebrate. Here, especially with the Four of Cups, it's saying the emotions have grown old. It's stagnant. It's still water, right? When still water is just there, it starts to grow mold. It starts to smell. It's kind of like foul. It's saying that this has been in a state of lack for too long. It's time to kind of wake up to the energies of what's going on and see it for what it's worth rather than glossing over the details that you may not like or constantly giving this person the benefit of the doubt because they're very sexy. I can tell you that. Their energy is presenting as, oh my God, they're the most beautiful person I've ever seen. And when you have their attention, Virgo, it's fantastic, isn't it? They're a fire king. They make you feel warm and good and sexy. And you know what I mean? Like you're dealing with a sex pot. I get it. But in terms of, is there actual authentic love there? I don't really know. I mean, the way I'm viewing these cards, again, currently, there's not a lot of progress being made on this relationship because it's very uneven. One person is giving their all. One person, you Virgo probably, is doing all the heavy lifting and all the, hey, how's your day, babe? And this and that. And you're getting like a wall. I like almost plateaued in many areas. I'm getting like you're in like a box and you're doing the mime thing. It's like you can't get out. You're trying to get this person's attention, but even the idea of a mime, it's like it's silent. There's no communication from them. And when you do communicate with them, it seems like they're not hearing you or and I mean, good Lord, Virgo. Oh, this is such a heavy message. I'm sorry. I hate to be the one to relay this, but I hope it helps someone out there. Your person has either moved on or, again, they're hanging out with their family right now. And I am getting husband-wifey vibes. The father card. Again, if it's not your elemental suit, that gives me more worry. It's like, this is like husband, wife, and child, particularly. And it doesn't necessarily indicate they're all fire signs. But if you're dealing with a fire sign, this person is essentially spoken for, and I almost take that as a double entendre of that's why they're not speaking to you. They're speaking to someone else. Even if they're not married, they're in communication romantically, sexually with other people. And this is sort of saying, avoid a tower moment here. Or maybe you're flat out going through it now. If this, again, I mean, it seems like there's deep, deep emotion here. It's like you've been holding a cup for someone who they've turned their back on you. If this person has options, at least now it feels like they may have chosen the other option. So this is either, avoid this danger, red flags, danger, Will Robinson. Or if you're going through this, the optimistic side of the tower is that it illuminates you to something you couldn't see before because you were living in the dark. And part of this may have to do with the fact that, again, you had good intentions. I think you were giving this person the benefit of the doubt of, they'll get back to me in a few days. They're just busy. Yeah, you're right. They are busy, but they're busy with someone else. I'm sorry, guys. So after the tower, after the shitstorm, after that person breaks your damn heart, right? After the tower comes the star of hope, the star of healing. It's about reconnecting with God, about reconnecting with your spiritual path. It does happen individually, though. So this is not saying, Virgo, run right out and find a new person, rebound. I mean, you can. It's always an option. You're in the driver's seat. This is saying unplug, pull yourself back, spend some time with yourself and ask yourself, what are you ready to leave behind, right? You've been in this comfort zone, but it's a false sense of comfort because you've been in the tower. You've been in the darkness, with the devil. That's what comes before the tower, where you couldn't see something. It's like the lusty energy or the obsession got the best of you. And again, I'm not pointing the finger. We all go through this. Every single person you've met in your life has gone through something similar, right? This is a very common thing. That's why the card exists in tarot, right? We all go through our tower moments. You seem to be going through one right now, Virgo. And again, my deepest condolences. It's rough. It's tough energy. This is saying, though, are you ready to assess what's around you and release what isn't serving you? Following the Hangman is the death card, right? Letting things die out, things that have run their course. emotions that, or cups rather, that are a tapped resource. You're not getting any love or compassion or anything out of them. Are you ready to release it? The hardest part about all this is that you don't know what the future holds. So it's very easy to go back and say, well, they were my person, and so I'd rather keep waiting for them than choose to be single, because what if I never find someone? That requires you to have hope and faith that the universe does want you to find love, that the universe does want you to be able to heal your own wounds. This is a test. This is about an individual spiritual path in which you're being asked to kind of pull yourself up and recognize, you know what, like, I am a goddamn catch. Like, seriously, what the hell is wrong with this person? Why are you fighting for their attention? If they don't recognize your value and worth, bitch, please. Like, that's how I feel about your person. No offense, Virgo. I know they're the love of your life, but they're not treating you like that. So you need to treat yourself that way, right? You need to be the love of your life. And if you're not, again, you need to really examine why that is. Why have you put other people's needs before yours, right? This is a tough message. I can already sense like a pushback of you not wanting to hear this. So again, if you're not ready to hear this message, if it's not your message, that's fine, guys. It might not be your message every time. But I do have faith that some of my Virgos are going through this, and I'm doing my job to relay the messages in this tarot reading. So yeah, you're walking away from the player because they're a damn fool. That's what I get from this, quite frankly. It's not the classic depiction or the classic translation of the Fool card. In a sense, again, tough love, you've been playing the fool in a sense by staying so optimistic that this person will change their ways and eventually they'll come towards you. I mean, I'll be honest, are they going to reach out to you eventually? Yeah, they probably will, because they're not faithful to the person they're with. I think this person roams around town a lot and collects different people. It's just what they do. It's a low-vibing king or a low-vibing queen. But again, what's underscoring all this is that liar, cheater, thief card, right? And if it's not always that extreme, there's some sense of deception, or someone is not being blunt or truthful. They're pulling their thoughts, their swords away so that you can't see everything that's going on. So it appears to be just the two of you. It appears you and them, and that's great, and it's great conversation, and it's good sex. But then when you don't see them, when you're not with them, they're carrying a lot of other swords, right? They may be carrying someone else's child if you're dealing with a female, right? There's a lot of energy here. You're being guided to go towards someone new, Virgo. Let's see, for those who are willing to disconnect from this energy and looking for a more optimistic, a more optimistic love life, optimistic isn't the right word. For someone who's ready to enter into a new cycle, my Virgos who are ready to release this person, if that is in fact their message, what can we expect for them? You're going to be going through the star energy. If you're in the tower, if you're in the holy shit, my life is falling apart right now, you're going to have to, this is tough, but it's all divinely guided. When you go through something major, you disconnect, you heal, you do individual spiritual healing. So I'm half expecting it's not going to be like, and right around the corner is your King of Cups. You know, like it just doesn't work that way. You need to heal your own wounds. All right, so, okay, beautiful. I love that this came in. So you have Two of Cups. There will be new love. It's going to be fresh and new and beautiful. It's going to start off as probably a nice friendship, a nice pairing, but it's nothing you need to rush into. This is not a sexual card. This is very much a hello, would you like to get coffee? So again, if you're looking to rebound, Virgo, it's your life. Do it, right? And I got to be honest, you have Knight of Wands coming up twice, so that could be your energy. In a sense, sometimes when we're going through this, some people, they resort to that, I need to feel like I'm still wanted, right? I need that attention. So it's not to say that while you're still in heartbreak, you can't go around and have sex and hook up with people. You can. It's your life. Spirit is recommending you go towards something more spiritual, a spiritual union. Doesn't mean there's no sex, right? It just means that it starts off a little bit slower than maybe the Knight of Wands would want, right? He carries the boner. The wand is like the hello sex card, right? Allow this to grow, Pentacles, organically, earth matter, right? It's possible that you probably have another earth sign interested in you, particularly a Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, there might be a new relationship that could blossom over time. Something about the tree of wisdom. Again, something like acorns to oak trees. Over time, this could be potentially someone you would want to build a family with, but it's not. I'm going to be real honest with you guys. It's probably not a fire sign. Again, where energies are at now. Ooh, Virgo, this is a tough one. This is a real tough one. I'm going to keep it short and sweet because I think a lot of you are not wanting to hear this. I can already feel the energies. It's funny how it works. But do know that I'm rooting for you, Virgos. There are many fish in the sea, as cheesy as it sounds. That's what your mother or your father would tell you, right? It's true. They ain't all wrong. They're not right. Tell me about anyone coming up in this spread. Past life relationship. You have known each other before. And unrequited love. There is not enough attraction or chemistry to keep the relationship going. Do I dare pull zodiac signs? Have I lost you all? Is anyone still watching this? Gulp. Gulp. I'm sorry, Virgo. Oh, you had a lot of signs fall out. All right, so we got Scorpio and Gemini. We have Taurus. We have Leo. We have Libra, Aquarius, Libra again. And bottom of your deck is Scorpio. All right, guys, please like, share, subscribe. You know what? I'm not going to ask you for a damn thing, Virgo. You're going through it. You do you, right? I'm so sorry, guys. My camera froze. But yes, thank you for tuning into my channel. Thank you for tuning in today. Sending you so much love and light and positivity. You're going to be okay, Virgo. Keep chugging along. I believe in you. I'll see you guys soon for more tarot. Bye.